Our story kicks off with our boy Sanda and the girl he has a crush on, Fuyumura, who, for reasons unknown, is currently trying to assassinate him. Romantic, I know. But just when she's literally about to finish the job, another classmate walks in, and both of them instantly act like nothing happened. And so the next day, instead of running for his life like a normal human being, Sanda reaches the galaxy-brained conclusion that Fuyumura has a crush on him, and the stabbing thing was just some kind of puberty-induced confession attempt. So he decides to go along with it, hoping to bag a girlfriend at the end of all this. The series is set in the year 2080, where the seasons have just stopped. There's no winter anymore. Snow is a myth, nobody celebrates Christmas, and Santa Claus is just an urban legend. On top of that, the population has dropped like crazy, with kids being treated like precious gems, meaning a child could commit a crime and no one would dare punish them, because adults practically worship them. So while I was waiting for Sanda to get murdered, he and Fuyumura decide to have a chat in a classroom, because apparently spending quality time with a killer is the best course of action.
I'm being sarcastic.
While talking, she asks for an eraser. At first, this seemed suspicious, but I was like, sure, why not? It's not like I'm the one getting stabbed today. Then she asks why he's being so nice, and proceeds to hit him with an even bigger question, asking him if he's a descendant of Santa Claus, because apparently that's the next logical step after attempted murder. Apparently, Sanda never wears red and refuses to wear the school's red uniform, on one occasion nearly freezing to death cause of it. So Fuyumura deduces he's a descendant and tries to force him to put on a jacket. And when that fails, she goes to plan B, putting a knife through his chest, expecting him to turn into Santa Claus. Because why make a man wear red when you can paint him in it? But then she starts breaking down when she sees him not moving, getting all worried that he might actually be dead. Now, I get that this girl might seem psychotic, but in reality, all Fuyumura wants is to find her friend Ono, and to do that, she needs Sanda's power, hence the stabbing. So while she's crying on top of Sanda's presumably lifeless body, there's an explosion, and he begins to transform into this hunky, juiced-out old man in white underwear. With tears in her eyes, she decides to ask the guy she just tried to kill to help her find her best friend. And so, he decides to do the logical thing, hide out in the nearest bathroom. But while trying to adjust to his new adult body and arguing with Fuyumura about how he's no longer adorable, he decides to snack on some gummy worms, which of course turns out to be the only way for him to transform back. And for those of you who think this makes no sense, trust me, you're not alone. Though later in class, Sanda starts expressing doubts about his new powers and if he'll be of any use to Fuyumura at all. And Fuyumura handles this crisis the way any reasonable girl would, by planting a bomb somewhere in the classroom. She tells Sanda he has 1 hour to find it or risk killing all 22 of their classmates. And when a girl who's willing to stab you tells you she's rigged a classroom to blow, you best believe her. So he starts looking for the bomb, but gets frustrated, starts thinking about how useless he is, and decides to ask himself, what would the real Santa Claus do? Then, after having what seemed like a sensible idea, he decides to transform right in the middle of class and hold Fuyumura hostage just to chase everyone out of the room. And what started to look like an NSFW scene was actually Fuyumura showing she'd strapped the bomb to herself. And at this point, it's clear this chick is definitely crazy. But while they're debating and talking like there isn't a girl with C4 strapped to her waist, Sanda realizes Fuyumura hasn't set the bomb off, and so the thing explodes. But luckily for them, Santa is also impervious to flames. And so begins the crazy story of a boy who turns into Santa. So what do you think about this series? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.